From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Diego Gallegos.
And I'm Jenny Hazlett. 3 people are having to find a temporary place to live after a fire damaged their mobile home. It happened just after midnight Sunday morning.
That is right. In the 200 block of 3 Cruces Avenue, the fire damaged electrical lines, causing a temporary power outage to nearby homes. Firefighters had the blaze under control within 30 minutes. No injuries were reported, and a crew from El Paso Electric worked through the night to restore the power. The cause of the fire and damage estimates have not yet been determined. And Las Cruces police are investigating a stabbing near Telshore Boulevard last Sunday.
Police were called around 5 p.m. to the intersection of Telshore and the 300 block near the Whataburger restaurant. The 34-year-old victim was unconscious. Police say he apparently walked to a nearby business where he passed out. The victim is in critical condition as of this morning. Police haven't identified a suspect yet. If you have any information on this case, please call LCPD at 575-526-0795. An FBI investigation is underway into the New Mexico State Police. They're looking into allegations of corruption. Toby Lefebvre is the first state police officer placed on leave as a result of the investigation. Chief of Police Troy Weisler says if Sergeant Lefebvre's actions have violated the law or their policies, he will be dealt with swiftly and decisively. The Albuquerque Journal reports this is the largest public corruption case to hit the state, which includes allegations of decades-long racketeering and bribery. Now, one of the kingpins in the Mexican drug trade is in Mexico City awaiting extradition to the United States.
51-year-old Humberto Rivera, known as El Viejon, or the Old Man, is described as a priority target of the FBI. He was arrested last week in a multi-agency operation and flown to Mexico City on Monday. For more than a decade, Rivera was accused of being among the top leaders of the Sinaloa cartel, smuggling drugs from the Juarez Valley into the United States. Now, Jenny, February has been a very up and down month when it comes to weather.
It has, guys. That's right. This morning it was really nice, and then the wind was just brutal.
Yeah, guys, it definitely kicked up this afternoon. The wind gusts are not great, so if you guys are not a fan of the wind, the dust, it's not a great day for that.
I am definitely not. Noah, what does it look like outside right
now?
Yeah,
so let's go and take a live look right outside. You're going to be taking a live look right outside of Milton Hall here at New Mexico State University. You can see very dark outside. You can see also that little bit of a darker shade over the east side of Las Cruces. That's some of the dust that's still settling on the east side of town. But you know, not a lot of people out there, and it's probably because of those winds. It's not necessarily the greatest day to take an afternoon walk, especially on campus. So let's go and take a look at some of those conditions right outside. You're taking a look, dusty skies. This is what we saw pretty much all of today. 65 degrees was that high. We also see those winds right around 17 miles an hour coming out of the desert west today. They gusted around 30 to 35. So again, not a great day if you do not like the wind and dust. Dew point is sitting at around 17 degrees and that barometer at 29.86. Now, if we want to take a look of what we did see today, we are actually a couple of ticks above average, which is something that we've been seeing in the last couple of months. You can see 70 degrees was that high today. 64 is our average and our low at around 42, which is relatively warm, especially for a February morning. We didn't see any precipitation today, so that's leaving our rain total at a very low 0.05 inches. Now, don't go anywhere because in the middle of the show, we'll take a look at that national weather forecast and when you can expect slightly cooler temperatures. Jenny?
Thanks for that, Noah. Former Secretary of Interior Deb Haaland stopped in Las Cruces this morning on her campaign tour. Haaland was here as part of a statewide effort to launch her bid for governor. Although her visit was brief, Haaland said she wanted to make a change in New Mexico, mentioning increasing and improved health care for all, especially for the LGBTQ community. If elected, she would be the first female Native American governor in U.S. history. This was the 4th stop on her campaign across the state, and her next stop will be in Deming. A bill to support independent voters in the primaries has moved to the next stage. This bill removes the requirement of registering with a major party during same-day registration. The bill advanced through the Senate Rules Committee last Wednesday on a 6-3 vote. This bill will now head to the Senate Judiciary. If passed, this bill will open up elections for more than 23% of registered voters. Some NMSU students are trying their luck at creating their own art. They're responsible for some new bling walking around campus.
That's right. The Metals and Jewelry Club held a workshop for the community to come and make their own pendant or ring. With an in-house demonstration and members of the club helping attendees make their jewelry, it made for an exciting learning experience.
It's definitely a learning process. I think even if it comes out bad, it'll still be kind of nice that I made it myself, and it'll at least fit me for sure.
Here we are. So I just want to let everyone know, thank you for helping us get here, and thank you for continued support and for buying so much jewelry, because we put so much hard work into it.
Options of sterling, silver, or bronze, everyone had the chance to let their inner artists out, and it helped the club with their fundraising efforts. Now, Jenny, the wind made things feel really, really chilly today.
It did. And Noah will be back to take a look at our national forecast right after the break. But first, the El Paso Museum of Art is offering a new way to relieve stress. More on that when News 22 continues. Welcome back. You're watching News 22 Tuesday,
where news matters.
The El Paso Museum of Art has a new kind of bath to ease the body and the mind. It's called a sound bath.
They are free to the public and are encouraged for all ages to come and escape. The service is an hour long, and it is a kind of meditation where they use sounds such as crystal bowls to help ease the soul. The vibrations serve to slow brain waves to a more relaxed state, and many people join with mats, pillows, blankets to take it all in.
There's a lot of distractions in the world. And to have these spaces where we connect with ourselves and we just feel, we give ourselves permission to feel.
With the benefits of reduced stress, improved sleep, and pain relief, they are starting to become more popular in El Paso. It was an ancient cultural practice, and now it is making a comeback. Now, Noah, it has been quite cold in New Mexico, so I have to ask, is it cold anywhere else?
Well, Diego, Jenny, it is cold in other places, just not here in the borderland, which is actually kind of nice if you like those warmer temperatures. But, a lot of those showers and maybe even snow showers are not this part of town. You can see tomorrow morning, this is your weather forecast for tomorrow morning, the early hours. You can see a lot of that activity up in the Pacific Northwest around Washington and Oregon. As you go through the afternoon, that's where things decide to quiet up just a little bit. Not a lot of activity out there at all. Pretty clear for the rest of the day until you get to your evening hours. You can see a lot of that rain activity even around the Atlanta area, even this part of the South Carolina area as well, and even parts of the Pacific Northwest who caught a little bit of a break in their afternoon from some of those rain and snow showers will get them once again. Let's go and take a look at your next map here, which is going to take a dive a little bit deeper into your estimated rainfall and precipitation over what we've seen over the past 24 hours. Rather, you can see the bulk of that activity has been around the Midwest region. You can see Oklahoma, Kansas, some of those areas getting a little bit more of that rain. It's been relatively dry here in New Mexico. You can see that big white spot right there, which is White Sands, and just a little bit lower than that, which is Las Cruces and El Paso, staying pretty dry, so not a lot of activity here, and we can expect that in the coming days. So let's go and take a look at your final map for tonight, which we're going to take a look around to New Mexico, which is always very nice, especially at this time of year. You're taking a live look at Red River, where temperatures are in those low 30s already, which is not even 7 o'clock. You can see a lot of those beautiful sun rays out there currently, and this is a beautiful shot of one of their ski areas. You can see a lot of snow out there, even on one of their other trails. This is a view in town. You can see a beautiful snapshot right there. Moving over to Silver City, you can see those temperatures are going to start setting into those upper 30s, so it's going to be a relatively cool evening for them as well. Just a couple of people moving around town, so they may have to take those jackets as the evening goes on. This is Ruidoso, where those temperatures are also rather cold. But don't go anywhere, because after the break, we'll take a look at those New Mexico temperatures and what you can expect for tomorrow, whether it's going to be windy, hot, or both. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back. You're watching News 22 Tuesday. Let's go and take a look at some of those temperatures around the land of enchantment. Relatively cold on the east side of the state. You can see Clovis, 21 degrees. They're actually in a freezing cold warning for tonight, so the temperatures are going to get even a little bit cooler as the evening goes on. 39 over in Roswell, but if you go up a little bit north, the I-25 corridor, 40 in Santa Fe, 50 in Albuquerque, 65 here in Las Cruces, and still warm in Deming at around 64 degrees. Now, expecting for tomorrow, we can expect some of those cold temperatures on the east side of the state to move out a little bit, but not by a lot. You can see tomorrow 29 degrees is that high in Clovis, 44 in Roswell, so a little bit warmer than it was today. By the time you return down here to Las Cruces, a very big difference, around 66 degrees and 69 in Deming. Taking it to a neighboring city of Alamogordo tonight, you're going to see those temperatures right at the freezing mark with clear skies, 32 for that low for tonight, with 64 degrees tomorrow and sunny conditions. Moving over to Truth or Consequences, just a few degrees above freezing as well, 34 degrees is that low for tonight, 68 with partly cloudy skies with a potential 10% chance for a shower in the early morning hours of tomorrow. Moving it over to Silver City, 33 degrees, rather cold out there as well with those clear skies, 63 and sunny for tomorrow. And back here in the city of the Cruces, we can expect those beautiful conditions to continue into tomorrow at around 66 degrees, with tonight those temperatures lowering around to 37 thanks to that cold front. But don't go anywhere, because at the end of the show we'll take a look at that 5-day forecast and what you can expect for your weekend.
Now, Jenny, definitely nice to see the Aggies basketball team get back on track.
It was good to see that victory on Saturday. And Mikey Tongo's next with sports.
Thanks, Jenny and Diego. Coming up in sports, one of NMSU star basketball players was honored this past weekend. You can toss that remote because News 22 Sports is next.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
For the win! He got it!
Welcome back. I'm Mikey Tonko, and let's talk sports. Yesterday, local attorney Michael Cain said in a press conference describing the alleged behavior as horseplay. He said the case has been harmful to Washington's potential as a professional basketball player. Washington's trial is scheduled for April 14th. Let's take it to the court as the Aggies dominate Florida International University to snap a 3-game skid. The Aggies defeated the FIU Panthers by 28 points with an impressive performance from senior guard Zodie Jackson. New Mexico State cruised to a dominant 76-48 victory over the Panthers. You can catch the Aggies next on February 20th at Jack State in Jacksonville, Alabama. During halftime, NMSU inducted 5 new former players into their Hall of Fame, including Daniel Mullings. Mullings played for the Aggies from 2011 to 2015, becoming just the 6th Aggie in program history to earn All-American honors in 2014. He helped lead the Aggies to 4 straight WAC tournament titles and NCAA tournament berths. Mullings currently serves as basketball coach at Royal Crown Prep School in his native city of Toronto. Let's take it from the court to the field with Aggies softball. The Troy Cox Classic came to a close on Monday, and the Aggies finalized a 6-game weekend with a dominant 11-0 win over Montana. 7 runs came across during the first inning, setting the tone early in what would be a smooth victory for the home team. The 5-inning affair boosted the Crimson and White to 8-4 on the season as they embark on 3 straight weekends away from home. Aggies softball heads to Arizona on Thursday ahead of a weekend in Phoenix and in Tempe. That's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action tomorrow. Still ahead on News 22, Noah will take a look at the 5-day forecast.
Let's go ahead and take a look at our top stories.
A Las Cruces mobile home fire displaced 3 people and damaged electrical lines. No one was hurt, but the cause of the fire and damage estimates have yet to be determined. The NMSU Metals and Jewelry Club held a workshop for the community to make their own jewelry, making for an exciting learning experience. And finally, the El Paso Museum of Art is offering a new solution to stress: sound baths. It's an hour-long meditation where they use crystal bowls to help ease the soul.
Well, guys, it's definitely going to warm up here, which is great. And I mean, we don't have that ocean breeze to worry about, which is definitely nice. So let's actually go ahead and take a final look at that 5-day forecast. You can see over the next couple of days staying in those 60s before we reach those beautiful temperatures in the 70s on your Sunday. But if we want to keep a little bit more for the rest of your work week, 66 on Wednesday, 37 for the morning as well. You can see on your Thursday 65 degrees as well as that 37-degree low. By the time we hit your Friday, a beautiful start at 66 degrees all the way down to 35, and that's when we hit your weekend with the beautiful 67 on your Saturday, 36 is the low, and the 70s, can you believe that, on your Sunday. So a beautiful time to soak up some sun for sure. So yeah.
Definitely the weather that we need for sure.
Guys, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Well, that's all for News 22. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
Tune in tomorrow night for more news, but don't go anywhere yet because Carmina Conde is next with Noticias 22 in Español. I'm Diego Gallegos.
And I'm Jenny Hazlett. Good night.
This news brief en español is brought to you by Noticias 22, la información más completa de Nuevo México, El Paso y la frontera. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Carmina Conde y estas son las breves de hoy con Noticias 22. La policía de Las Cruces está investigando a un hombre que fue apuñalado gravemente en Las Cruces en la tarde del domingo pasado. La policía y bomberos fueron llamados tras un informe de una víctima apuñalada en un negocio en la cuadra 300 del sur de Telshore, cerca del restaurante Whataburger. La víctima de 34 años fue trasladada a un hospital de la zona donde llegó inconsciente y actualmente sigue en estado crítico. Investigadores dijeron que el apuñalamiento se produjo cerca de la intersección de Telshore y la entrada de varios negocios, donde después de ser apuñalado, la víctima caminó hasta un negocio cercano antes de desmayarse. La policía está siguiendo el caso, pero aún no ha realizado ninguna detención, por lo que piden que si alguna persona tiene información relevante sobre el incidente, que llame a la policía. El jefe de la Policía Estatal de Nuevo México, Troy Weisler, emitió una declaración después de colocar a un oficial en espera administrativa en relación con la empresa de investigación DWI, en donde la declaración Weisler dijo que el resultado de la investigación de las acusaciones relacionadas con DWI ha puesto el sargento Toby Lafave en la Policía Estatal en ese estado durante la investigación. Weisler dijo que el OFAFE ha violado la ley o las políticas, será tratado con rapidez, que quiere asegurar el público que la investigación interna tiene la máxima prioridad. Weisler también dijo que la Policía Estatal exige a sus oficiales los más altos estándares éticos y profesionales. Además dijo que cualquier agente de la Policía Estatal que haya estado en un comportamiento corrupto será perseguido con todo el peso de la ley. La investigación interna del FBI todavía sigue en curso y los mantendremos informados sobre el caso. Y esto ha sido todo por hoy. Recuerde seguirnos en nuestras redes sociales y nos vemos mañana. Gracias.